Twitter, all those other good joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. That's right. I'm back to try to do just that. So, if you can hear me, let me know. I just started the show. However, I'm looking at my alternative channel where I'm watching myself as I look at myself, do my own show with myself. And there it is. It just started. Okay. So maybe it was a little delay. So it started over here, and I'm assuming that it started elsewhere. I got 17 people watching. Then it just dropped to 15. What's up with that? How we going to go down? I mean, how you going to just click on the live stream and then click off? What kind of mess is that? So we're at 17 with 10 likes. Let's get those likes up. Tap those likes. Somebody said loud and clear. Well, as long as it's loud and clear, then let's go ahead with no fear. So here's the number, 330-974-4607. If you, I got that right. If you text MAGA to that number, then we can stay connected just in case something goes wrong here on YouTube, if you know what I mean. So with no further ado, let's get busy. Oh, yeah. I rock the planet. Beating my chest like a real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Dang on it. Yeah, man. I'm going to get me a crown one of these days. But for now, I got to just go ahead and make do with a Burger King crown. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people used to talk about when I get to heaven, I'm going to get my crown. I said, man, I'm going to tell you, I'll be happy to get to heaven any old kind of way. You ain't got to give me a nice, big old fancy crown. I'll take a Burger King crown. Just let me get to heaven. I'll be up in that mug rocking it too. Shoot, proud of my Burger King crown. They'd be like, my crown got all kind of jewels in it. So what? I'm in the same place as you with my Burger King crown. Okay, you ain't better than me. You might have rubies and diamonds in your crown, but we in the same place, okay? Like Hustle Man. They ain't going to my Burger King crown. So anyway, welcome to the show tonight. Go ahead, hit those like buttons, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Don't forget, I got a corner store you can check out. And if you go in there, you can probably find pretty much anything you want with all types of stuff on it. So please check out the store rather. And also, if you can, help the channel out. I do have a Cash App and a PayPal link, I believe, a PayPal link, all that stuff right there. So if you want to help the channel out that way, you can. But another way you can is follow me on other platforms, like subscribe to my alternative channel. I really would appreciate that. I don't even know if we cracked 1,000 yet, a stack. Let me see something. Because if we haven't, y'all, maybe we can crack that tonight. All right, let me see. See. Go back here. You know what? I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out later. All right. So anyway, with no further ado, so we don't tarry any longer, let's get busy talking about what we're going to talk about tonight before we get to the Wednesday night fight, y'all. Now, y'all know y'all like when I do the little fight night with Mucus. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. I like to promote Mucus fights, man, because he comes in and he just gets his butt beat. If you ever want to see a complete bloodbath in the ring, all you got to do is wait till Mucus come up. And you know why he's so sorry in the ring? Because he has no real offense or defense for what he has done. That man is raggedy through and through. You can't get in the ring with those type of stats and fight. You have no offense, no defense. So he's always going to get beat up. So I don't know about you, but when I watch a fight, I want to see somebody get knocked out. I don't want to see them dancing around for 10 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I want a full-blown knockout, nothing less. So we're going to be checking that out at the end. But first, we're going to go ahead and check in on the Creep Show. Like always, y'all, the Creep Show gets scarier and scarier every day. And I still cannot understand how anybody is going to go out and vote for this dude, man. You must really hate Trump, or you're completely isolated from reality. You must not listen to any of Trump's complete sentences. Bottom line. I mean, just on that alone. All right, here's the low bar. All right, you right here, creepy. Could you complete a sentence? Oh, dude, you know what? National depression, isolate, punish China, and community college. So that's not a sentence. Okay, Mr. Trump, can you complete one? Yes, I can. Okay, you're the guy. That right now is where we're at. That's how bad Joe Biden is. And we're going to see. Not only just are we going to see, but we're going to laugh at it. That's what I like doing the most. So let's check out creepy shit.
And so while Donald Trump created this moment, Ron DeSantis stood in this moment, and the Republican legislature.
Now, why is creepy down in Florida? That's my question. I mean, does he think he has a shot? Why even go down there? So the creep done creep down to Florida. And some lady is wasting her words on creepy and trying to give the audience false hopes about them taking back Florida.
Florida helped create this moment. And so what are we Florida Democrats going to do in 2024?
Nothing.
We are going to vote. We are going to take back Florida.
Really? Yeah, that's false hope you're giving those people right about them now. She don't even believe it. We're going to vote. We're going to take back what am I saying? Anyway, we're going to take back Florida and listen to the crowd roar. Y'all hear the crowd roar? Yeah, they're excited about creepy.
And we're going to make sure that the true champion for reproductive health care, and not just reproductive health care.
What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people is about to take back Florida? Are you kidding me? That's the best creepy can do is get 18 people, and I bet you like half of them are press members. So we got 18 whopping people out there, and they're going to take back Florida. So Creepy's there with his notes, got those ready, because there's no chance of him coming out and freestyling. So he's already looking down at him like, okay, come on, brain. Don't let me down again. All right, I tried to memorize what I was supposed to say, and they told me they would beat me like they always do if I go off script. So let's see what happens. 18 people. Packed crowd.
We are going to take back Florida.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole world's looking, and they're looking to see how we handle ourselves in this election.
Okay.
Not just in whether we win or not, but how we handle ourselves. And one of the things that...
Y'all see it? Y'all see that right there? And one of the things that, y'all see the head go down? Yeah. Let me go to my notes, because Creepy cannot pull anything together off the top of the dome. So he's right down there into the notes. His nose is buried.
For me, I got involved when I was a kid.
Don't do
in electropolitan out of the civil rights movement.
Don't do it. Is that on the notes? When are they going to write that out of the script? Or does he just keep going back to that? Must be on autopilot. That's one of them autopilot lies. Yeah, that right there, man, is just built into the cake. All right, we already know Joe's going to come out there and lie about the civil rights movement. So everybody just get ready. Hopefully, like always, the media will just ignore it. That's what they're hoping. And it's amazing at this point that the crowd don't just go, oh, come on, man. How many times are you going to tell this lie? But they sit there and they absorb it every time, and he keeps telling it because there's no penalty to pay for the lie. Man, if you let your kids keep lying to you without washing their mouth out with soap, boy, you're going to get it every time. Man, I would shove the whole bar down Joel's mouth right about now. He needs it. So let's go ahead and endure this lie once again.
And it all got down to one person at a time.
During the 60s,
Look at that.
I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement.
That's all. Just
I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool.
Where the roaches and stuff, he learned about roaches and kids would rub on his legs in the summertime, and the sun would shine on his legs and the hair would stand up. And, I like kids rubbing up and down my legs, and I like kids jumping on my lap. And I learned about roaches. See, that's what he was doing during the civil rights movement.
In the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching.
Oh, you weren't?
I was not down in Selma.
Well, why do you keep saying that? That's my question. Why do you keep coming out and saying the same thing? It's because it's like Groundhog's Day. It's like he just completely forgets what happened the day prior. Gets up and just tells the lie. It's a fresh day every time, just like this is probably a fresh lie in his mind every time he tells it. Every time. Joe, you just lied about 3 minutes ago. No, I didn't. Get right back out there and say the same thing over and over again. So nobody checks him except us. We're always going to keep him accountable to all the lies because surely the media is not going to question him on it.
I was not anywhere else.
I got involved when I was a kid in electropolitan out of the civil rights movement. I tell you what.
I tell you what.
And by the way, Is that right?
The only reason I have a pension is because of you.
Well, we did get that done. Anyway, besides,
I wonder how much they paid that guy right there. I wonder how much they paid that guy. Because of you, sir. It's the only reason I have a pension right now is because of you. Now, I'm wondering to myself, where were you under Trump? Because everybody's 401k pensions and everything was looking great. And I'm thinking, what did Joe do to save your pension? Man, I'm telling you, I don't know where these people come from. But nonetheless, that might be one out of like, 430 something million people that actually has said that Joe did something that benefited them. Even the folks that hate Trump can't tell you what Joe did to benefit them. They just know how to say that we hate Trump. Just like Joe. He can't talk about the things that he's done. Watch this man go into full-blown Trump, MAGA Republicans.
Besides, I used to drive an 18-wheeler.
Oh, God. No, he didn't. So let me understand, guys. He's down there talking to some people. He got some hard-working folks, a couple people driving an 18-wheeler. And you know Joe. Joe is like, wait a minute. Where am I? Who are these people? What do you guys do for a living? Okay, you're pioneers, astronauts. What do you do for? Oh, you're astronauts. Oh, I used to fly a spaceship. What do you guys do? You're pipe fitters. I used to fit pipes all the time. Where are you? You musicians? Oh, well, you know what? I used to play for Gladys Knight and the Pips back in the day. I said I'm leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. That's right, it was me. And I was driving the choo-choo train at the same time while I was playing Unreal. So now he is a truck driver. I used to drive an 18-wheeler. You know what we have to do, guys? We got to go ahead and check his work. Oh, did Joe drive an 18-wheeler? U.S. President Joe Biden once drove an 18-wheeler. False!
He lies.
I've never been more optimistic about America than I am today. When I wasn't going to run.
Okay. Then why did you?
2020.
Why did you?
Because I had lost my son in Iraq because of Iraq. And
he's stacking the lies, man. He's compounding the lies. So he's 2 for 2 on the lies. So he's more than that. Let me see. He came out with civil rights movement. That was a lie. Then he's 3 for 3. Then the 18-wheeler, that was a lie. And now his son being killed in Iraq, rather. Another lie that he keeps telling. Nobody, man, I would let Black Gay Drop have it. That would be my only role, is to fact check Joe Biden and just force her to have to admit, okay, look, Kevin, he's a liar. Okay, fine. You want me to say he's a liar? I would force her into having to admit that this dude is just coming out lying. Dude, I would be what Brian Stelter was when Trump was in office and Brian was still working for CNN. The president lies 980 times a day. And I fact checked him because that's my whole job is to fact check the president. Yeah, I would be that guy, but with bass in my voice and really fact checking. Creepy. So now let's see about this lie.
In 2015.
Oh, lies!
A few moments later.
Are you ready to protect freedom?
Okay, protect freedom? But that guy looks evil. I'm telling you right now, if you were to take this picture and make it black and white, you would think he was speaking at a Klan rally back in like 1919 or something like that. These black folks are going around taking on one of my kids growing up in a racial jungle. He would look like a full-blown Klan member right about there. But let's go ahead, because he's talking about taking back freedom and protecting liberty and protecting, our democracy.
Donald Trump will rip away the rights of freedom of women in America.
Okay.
It'll be all of us who restore those rights for women in America.
Go ahead, tell him.
And when you do that, we'll teach Donald Trump and extreme MAGA Republicans a valuable lesson.
What's the lesson?
Don't mess with the women of America. Amen.
Once again, he went for it again, y'all. But the level of difficulty saying that was too great. It was too great. Remember, he tried it before? And he just totally flubbed it up. All right, we're out here watching the speaking Olympics. This is the early rounds. everyone should be able to pass this test. All he has to do is say, women of America. This is the qualifying round. Everybody should be able to qualify. Let's hear what he does with the speaking round. Don't mess with America. Oh my God, I've never seen anybody get eliminated on the first round. That was a shoo-in. Well, anyway, maybe he'll be back next time. So now here he is, going for it again, and flubbed up the landing once more.
Don't mess with the women of America.
Wow. Don't mess with the women of America. Why don't they just take that out of the line? Why don't they take that out of the speech? They know he can't stick the landing. The level of difficulty is too great for Joe. He got to go with C spot run. Timmy likes to play. Things like that. Things that he can handle. I mean it. You don't even know what you said. How can you mean it? I mean it. I meant what I said, even though I don't know what I said, but I meant what I said, even though I didn't say what I thought I meant that I was saying.
Well, guess what? Donald Trump, the MAGA Republicans in Congress, Trump and his MAGA friends, Trump recently said, not a joke, on Trump watch, on Trump's watch, Donald Trump,
Excuse me, creep. I was wondering about your policies and what you guys were going to do to better our lives. We all know Trump's a white nationalist. He's evil. Y'all been saying that now for about 8 years. Could you tell us more about what you're going to do to make our lives better?
Mar-a-Lago, Trump, guess what? Trump, guess what? When Trump was president, how does that make me feel? How does it make you feel? How does it make the people I grew up with feel? But guess what? But Trump's MAGA Republicans, but guess what?
Well, guys, it sounds like Creepy done came down with a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome, too. So let's go ahead and try to see.
Guess what? Donald Trump, the MAGA Republicans in Congress, Trump and his MAGA friends, Trump recently said, not a joke, on Trump watch, on Trump's watch, Donald Trump, Mar-a-Lago, Trump, guess what? Trump, guess what? When Trump was president, how does that make me feel? How does it make you feel? How does it make the people I grew up with feel? But guess what? But Trump's MAGA Republicans, but guess what? Mar-a-Lago. No, I'm not joking. Republicans. Why? Donald Trump! Mar-a-Lago!
Mar-a-Lago! So, guys, that is the extent of his campaign message. Trump, Mar-a-Lago, Trump, MAGA Republicans, Trump. You know what? How do you feel about Trump? I don't like Trump. How are you going to win with a message like this? But it goes to show that they have no message to deliver to anybody except for Trump is evil. You should not come out there and advertise for your opponent more than he does. Trump don't come out and talk about Biden the whole time. He talks about how horrible things are and how great things were under him and the things that he's going to do if he gets back into office. But imagine if Trump came out and was Biden, Joe Biden, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. So Joe, you like sloppy Joe. So I would start going, man, I'm starting to think that maybe your policies aren't able to be highlighted because you're more focused on getting us to focus on creepy. See, we already know creepies, creepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy. We already know that. Okay. I want to know, how do we get from all of the damage and destruction this man has created back to where we are? And Trump, he talks about that constantly when he's on the campaign trail. This guy talks about Trump the whole time. So now we know their strategy. And we also know why most of their voters are voting for Joe is because they are brainwashed by Trump derangement syndrome, just like Joe is. Trump, MAGA Republicans. Boy, this is a raggedy strategy, but it only works on the simple-minded. That's the only people this could work on, is the simple-minded. So now, let's go ahead and wrap up our segment dealing with the creep show.
Folks, in a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump.
Oh, you don't?
How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
What?
How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Yeah, that is true. You can't be trusted. Your whole dang on cabinet, your whole administration can't be trusted. I could go down a laundry list of things that you guys have said or done that makes us all say they can't be trusted. So you are absolutely right, Joe. How many times he said we can't be trusted?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Yes, I do too. I do too, Trump. They can't be trusted. I wouldn't trust Creepy Sleepy with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Man, I got to use the bathroom. Hey, Creepy, could you hold this water? Never mind. Never mind. Somebody else. Anybody else? Can anybody else hold this water real quick while I go to the bathroom? I couldn't trust him with nothing. Period. Hey, Joe, could you look outside and tell me if it's raining or not? You know what? Forget it. Forget it. Never mind. I'll look myself. Can't trust you with nothing. So now let's continue.
Restored protections for my predecessor, gutted by my predecessor.
Oh, God.
At 3 national monuments. Grand Staircase and Bear's Ears. And by the way, you know how that happened?
Can't even say it. Now you got to go into a fake story. As you're trying to talk about my predecessor, restoring the Bear's Ears. Okay, I'm out of RAM. Go ahead and try to bring up a story here to cover for my lack of RAM.
I was in a plane, and a little girl came up to me, she said, Mr. President.
And then I sniffed her half to death until her mom had to come and get me with the double axe handle to the back of my neck, save the kid from getting sniffed to death. So here he's talking about the kid that went up to him and said, Mr. President. Now, this sounds like another one of those stories. Kamala Harris. Feed him, mommy. Yeah, that's right. Baby Chameleon jumped out of that roller, went out there talking about some feed him, mommy. Yeah, without getting her butt whooped for getting out of that roller. I find that a little bit interesting, especially with her Jamaican dad. What you mean you go out there? Why you going off on your own? Girl, you know what? Come here. Let me whip your backside. Give her the business. Talking about somebody wandered off, and the only thing they said to me was, what do you want, baby chameleon? Feed him, mommy.
Can you take care of Biz Ears? And I thought you said, can I take care of her ears?
Yeah, because that's how you talk. Yeah, we got to sit back in there. Him and the baby probably was on one accord. Oh, yeah, me too. Got back to you. Yeah, that's where he's at right now, mentally. So here he is talking about you speaking baby language to the kid.
I said, what, honey? She said, Biz is. It's really important. And guess what? She was dead right, and we did take care of her. Ambrose.
Take care of what? Now, guys, normally I would get off this Ambrose Finnegan story, but there's more details that are funny. Okay, so we got to go ahead and try to hopefully wrap it up. Because, see, Joe has a motive for bringing up this next lie, about his uncle being eaten by pygmies. So, one, we want to expose the motive. But two, we want to laugh at Black Gay Drop trying to excuse this crazy tall tale of a lie. See, and I'm just a little perturbed that I don't have a press pass yet, because I know Peter Ducey and the crew, sometimes they try to give it to her, but nobody would give it to her like I can, okay? I know I go in there and I give her the business, okay? But let's go ahead and revisit this one and expose Joe and his lies and the campaign strategy of lying to try to make people vote for him.
Finnegan, we called him Uncle Bozy. He was shot down. He was in the Army Air Corps before there was an Air Force. He got shot down in an area where there were a lot of cannibals at the time. What? They never recovered his body, but the government went back when I went down there and they checked and found parts of the plane and the like. When I left Scranton today,
he's reading.
Wanted to go to.
Now, see, here's the crazy part about this. He's reading. He's looking down at his notes again. So that must mean that some of the details of this lie is actually on paper. So I'm not totally convinced that the lie just came straight out of his head. He must have rehearsed this lie, ran over the lie with somebody. Somebody must have said, okay, we're setting up this story for you, Joe, to try to lie about Trump and what he said about the soldiers. Because we know most of the military probably do not support you after what you did in Afghanistan. They probably don't support you. After what your administration has done to our military, depleting the military, embarrassing the military with stupid commercials about this is my 2 moms. And no wonder we can't get folks recruited into our military, Joe. So now we got to pretend that we're patriotic and we support the troops. So we're going to make up some bootleg story. And Joe, don't worry, fill in a couple extras if you want to. And he went too far. with the cannibals. So let's go ahead and see him read his story that's supposed to be off the top of his head, I guess.
There's a war memorial that has the names of all the Scrantonians who died in World War II.
Scrantonians?
Etched into a granite wall. Because I wanted to see where my Uncle Both Ambrose J. Finnegan, where his name was etched. Yeah. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came
ready for this lie?
He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones.
Now, this is how evil and just calculated the Democrats are. Do you think Joe Biden really wanted to go look at that wall to find his uncle? They set somewhere. Now, if they were willing to stage him going into his sheets and ordering some food and had the kid, all right, listen, you're going to have to take a tip from him, okay? We're going to go ahead and we already know what he's getting. So somebody go get the yogurt. All right, this is what you're going to do. All right, action. If they were to put together that, then what makes you think they wouldn't put together this bootleg trip to this wall that Joe probably just found out he had an uncle, Bozy, that went down in an airplane about 8 days ago? Hey, Joe, we were doing some research. Did you know you had an uncle that went down in a plane crash and don't work? I didn't even know that. Yeah, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take you to the wall. Pretend you're interested and you want to get in touch with your ancestors and all of that stuff. Yeah, we're going to pretend that. And then you're going to tell this story about, look at how I honor the troops versus Donald Trump. So all of this was coordinated to do one thing, lie about Donald Trump. See, this is the lengths that they go through to try to smear Trump. So come up with this bootleg story, send him all the way down there to look at this wall, and then what does he do right after?
They got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there used to be a lot of cannibals for real.
Under the sea? Yeah, because he fell in the ocean. The plane went down in the ocean. So we got some cannibal fish. Yeah, lots of cannibal fish. You ain't know that? Yeah, there's cannibal tunas and there's cannibal marlins. Yeah, they eat people. So here we go with the lie, all to set up another lie. Y'all see this? My man lying to set up a lie.
In that part of New Guinea. As I was doing that today, I was reminded of what my opponent said in Paris not too long ago. They asked him to go visit American grave sites. He said no, he wouldn't do it because they were all suckers and losers.
What a dirtbag. What a dirtbag. They all know this is a lie. I mean, it kills me to see Democrats just go about lying on TV about folks and nobody ever comes out and say, Mr. President, how many times are you going to tell that lie? Trump never said that. There's so much evidence out there debunking that story, but he keeps dropping it out there. What hurts, though, is when I see knuckleheads repeat it. You see what he said about those soldiers, didn't you? And I'm saying, so even if you didn't hear about the truth concerning what Trump said or didn't say, you can't even base that off of Trump's record and actions when it came down to the military. How much he praised them, how much he honored them, how much he provided for them. You can't just look at that and say, all of his actions would tell a different story. Why would he be so dedicated to the military, honoring them so much, putting so much time, effort, resources into the military, only to disgrace them by calling them suckers and losers? That doesn't even make sense. This is one of those lies that you have to say, wait a minute, I should see evidence of this. Now, you're telling me Trump's a dictator. You're telling me he's a dictator, he's a tyrant, but yet he supports the First and Second Amendment. I don't see evidence. You're telling me he's racist, but look at all the stuff he did that benefited black people. You're telling lies that are contrary to his behavior. So now here he is telling this lie again.
I'm not making that up.
Oh, you're making it up. You're lying.
And losers. And undeserved.
Look at him trying to act serious. Really probably trying to swallow that lie right there. That's how big it was. Man, this is a hard one to swallow. Yeah, I'm used to just dropping them out there, but this one's a doozy. So now here he is trying to act like he's all sensitive and emotional and busted up But really, all this is another attempt to make Trump look bad. And he got the nerve to say, that man doesn't deserve to have been the commander-in-chief for my son and uncle who I lied about. That's why I call him dumpster juice, man. You can't get no lower than Joe. That's why I let him have it, dementia and all. So the man just lied about several things. His uncle being eaten by, what are they, darn, I forgot I keep wanting to call them pygmies, but cannibals. Lied about his uncle being eaten by cannibals. Lied about his son being killed in Iraq. And now he's trying to act like he's all emotional. He didn't deserve to be the commander-in-chief for my son and my uncle. You don't deserve to be the commander-in-chief for your son and your uncle when you're lying about them, only to push another lie. That goes to show how disgusting Democrats are, man. They are the scum of politics.
Son, my uncle.
Lies. Oh, lies!
Thank you.
You saw the president. He was incredibly proud of his uncle's service in uniform. You saw him at the War Memorial. It was incredibly emotional and important to him. The president highlighted...
All staged. He probably's like, where are we at again? What's this wall again? Well, you want me to climb it? No? Okay, wait. I thought we weren't building a wall. Joe, it's not the one. Look, just go over to this name right here and look sad. Okay, wait a minute. Who is this person? I don't know, Uncle Finnegan. So they sent him to the wall, and now here she is up there trying to lie about how emotional it was and dodging all around the fact that that was a big fat lie about his uncle being eaten by cannibals.
His uncle's story as he made the case for honoring our sacred commitment to equip those we send to war and to take care of them.
His uncle's story was a lie. It's built on a house of lies. So here she is, his uncle's story of what? Flying in an airplane. The airplane went down, wasn't shot down. They went into the water and one person survived and the rest drowned. You would think the one person would be able to say, hey, look, man, we landed, these pygmies came out and they grabbed, I keep calling them pygmies for some reason, but these Eugenians came out and grabbed the other guys and ate them. And I escaped barely with my life. You would think that would have happened, but it didn't because he was rescued in the ocean from a barge passing by. But yet Joe comes right out there and tells the lie. And what does she do? He told his uncle's story, which was a lie.
Them and their families when they come home. And as he reiterated that the last thing American veterans are suckers or losers. And he wanted to make that clear. He wanted to make the story.
So there she goes. Comes right out there and lies about the lie. Lie on top of lie on top of lie.
I mean, look, I don't have anything beyond about what I just laid out.
Why is President Biden saying that his uncle Bozie was eaten by cannibals?
Oh, because he's a liar, Peter. He's a liar. And every time you ask me this, you know, I'm going to have to get out here and embarrass myself in front of everybody. I keep trying to tell you, Peter, it was on top of mine. It was on top of mine. Cannibals was on top of mine. So Joe just happened to make it fit into a story about his Uncle Bozie. And let's just look at the bigger picture, Peter. He was honoring his uncle. So now she got to get out there and she has to lie about this. Unreal.
So, you know, I answered this question.
She got to go to the notes. All right, I knew I put together something to say about this because I knew Peter was coming. All right, so what am I going to say to try to make it sound like it makes sense?
Yesterday.
Why is President Biden saying he was shot down? There's no evidence of that. And why is he saying that his uncle was eaten by cannibals? That is a bad way to go.
Come on, Black Gay. Come on, Black Gay. Yeah, man, do what they installed you to do, Black Gay. There you go. You're the first Black Gay drop in the White House press secretary. So here we go, y'all.
He lost his life. It's not, look, I'm not, we should not make jokes about
It's
this.
not.
Wait.
President Biden said that his uncle was eaten by cannibals.
Your last line is for a laugh. It's for
No. Actually, Peter, the last line was not for a laugh. The laugh was when Joe Biden got out there and he said that his uncle was eaten by cannibals. That was the laugh. That's what was funny. Not the fact that Peter's asking about the lie. So here's Black Gay drop out there trying to now make Peter look insensitive. Peter's the bad guy because he pointed out the lie. I'm the bad guy because I pointed out the lie. Okay? Well, take a good look at that bad guy, okay? Huh? Yeah, you need people like me, someone to point the finger and say, look, there goes the bad guy. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So take a good look at that bad guy, okay? Because this is the last time you're going to see a bad guy like this, I'll tell you that much. See, so now Peter's the bad guy? Because he pointed out the lie? Unreal. So she up here, and that Peter? Yeah, it is funny that man lied.
A funny statement.
It is.
And he takes this very seriously. His uncle, who served and protected.
Oh, he takes it very seriously as he comes in and lies about the whole story, including he was a pilot. He flew, I guess he was flying the plane, I guess, maybe, I don't know, and he was shot down. I mean, he didn't get not any of the details correct. Not any of them. So for that to even be true, that means the plane would have had to land on land. On land. So he didn't even get that part right. It wasn't shot down. It didn't land on land so that he could be eaten by cannibals. None of it was true. And here she is trying to say he takes it very seriously.
Protected this country, lost his life serving. And that should matter. An opportunity.
Lost his life serving. Now, granted, it's not cool that anybody in the military dies, whether it's an accident or not. But it wasn't like he was in combat or a combat vet at that moment. He didn't lose his life on the battlefield. Whatever malfunction in the airplane cost his life. Same thing with Joe's son. He's lying about that. The man came home and all of a sudden, I guess cancer took him out, or a tumor or something like that. But all of these are lies. Lies. And here she is coming out there covering for the lie, and then got the nerve to do this.
To be there as president, to speak to the bravery of his uncle, and not just his uncle, but many U.S. service members that put their lives on the line
He was a
on behalf of
passenger
this country.
in a plane.
So his uncle, who lost his life when the military aircraft he was on crashed in the Pacific after taking off near New Guinea. The president highlighted his uncle's story as he made the case for honoring.
Lied.
Now, here she is. She's rereading the lie. She's reading the story. She's reading her talking points. So she's the best at being the worst press secretary ever. So she got to read the talking points to cover up the lie. Once again, he reiterated his uncle's story, and he's very proud of his uncle and his service. And you can't just talk that out. You can't just say, Peter, look, man, he was proud of his uncle. I mean, this is how fake this whole administration is. Everything is calculated. Nothing is organic. So now she's reading the response to cover up the lie. And what does she do? Covers the lie with what?
Our sacred commitment.
He did.
To
No,
equip
he lied.
those we send to war and take care of them
As
and
always.
their families when they come home. And as he iterated, the last thing American veterans are, or the last thing Americans should be called, are suckers and
oh my
losers.
gosh.
And,
Yep,
and
that's
that
it.
is.
That's it. Oh my
those types of
God.
words
That's all
should
this
not
was.
come
I feel
from
y'all.
the commander-in-chief.
So that's okay. Shut up.
They're mad. The guys from the Blades is mad. They're like, oh my God. You know what? Okay, shut up.
She perpetuated the Uncle Bosie lie with the lie about Donald Trump.
Yeah, man. She's double stacking the lies, man. Yeah, she's all right. Give me a double decker of lies. No, I just don't want one lie patty. I want I want a big stack of lies. Okay, yeah, and then sprinkle a little racism on top of that, some Russian maybe, perhaps. Yeah, all of that stuff. So lie after lie.
That's how Joe.
Oh my God!
See, that's the only reason Joe told that story, if you recall, about Uncle
Was so
Bosie
he
was to
could get to
lead
the
up
Trump lie.
to the
Yeah.
Trump lie,
Yep.
and she did the same thing there. That's the only reason they're talking about
Oh
Uncle
my
Bosie.
gosh!
They are the worst.
Oh my gosh! Despicable doesn't even begin to sum up what these people are, who they are, and what they're all about.
Thank you. And that is how most MAGA voters feel. If you pay any attention to politics and you vote for Trump, it's hard to not see these people as pure 100% evil. Just lie to your face. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers and liars and deceitful and ignorant and dumb. I mean, I could just go down a whole bunch of adjectives to describe the Democrat Party. They're raggedy, man. So yeah, I feel the same way, man. I look at these people with disgust. I really do. When I see them stooping down to that type of level where you're just making... Trump don't make up stuff about Joe. Everything that he says about Joe is true. Even the jokes. Even the jokes. When he gets up there and he's pretending that Joe can't figure his way off a stage and all that stuff, I sit back and I watch the clips and I go, that's true. I'm looking at Joe do that right there. What do you think? Trump just came up with that off the top of his dome? He came up with that because we've all been watching Joe do it. That's what makes things funny, is because you got a point of reference and say, oh man, they do be doing that. They do be doing that. That is funny. He got him dead on. He is dead on him. So let's go ahead and move on to another liar just about to pay the price for his life.
But it was such a disastrous trip to Pennsylvania for Biden. The Republican Party compared the difference between Biden's trip to Pennsylvania and Trump's recent trip.
Well, let's see if the lies worked. Let's see if the lies brought out all of these voters to go, well, thanks for telling us that lie about your uncle and your son and Donald Trump saying horrible things about the military. Now we're going to vote for you, Joe.
To the state. Take a look.
Well, look at that.
It's not like any random persuadable voter can just walk off the street and come. Everybody was very carefully screened.
Crickets. Y'all see that tight audience? Peter Ducey went over there just to go ahead and point that out. All right, let's see here. You think the fake news is going to go over there? Let's see if we can get it. Catch it right there. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. You think the fake news is going to go over there and talk about all the empty seats right there? Huh? That Biden was expecting 30 people, but only 18 showed up. So we're here. I know they brag about having crowds of 50, but it's obvious that he's not able to pull a crowd of 50. He's averaging about 18 to 20 people, and most of those are press members. You think they're going to cover that? But they'll go to a Trump rally 6 in the morning when they're setting up the bleachers talking about it's empty. The Trump's always lying about the numbers right about now. All I hear is a rooster, the cock-a-doodle doing, and that's it. The only people show up are roosters and the sun. That's it. That's the only people that shows up at a Trump rally. 18 hours before the dang on rally start. So now, so you see that crowd? Let's go over and see where the party is happening, y'all.
Carefully screened.
Trump!
A little different there.
It's a party. It's a celebration.
You see a lot of Trump signs. Not very many Biden signs.
We want Trump! Well, look at that. Yeah, those little stage actors probably. Yeah, I want some kids in there too. You know I like those. So for my little stage appearance, could you bring some young tenderonis so I can sniff them?
Crickets.
Crickets. Whoa, look at that party. See, I don't want to be a part of nothing that is dead, okay? Don't send me to no dead party. I don't want to be sitting on the wall. Nobody dancing like the Revenge of the Nerds. Nah, man, I want to go where the party is rocking. That's a party. If you've never been to a Trump rally, do yourself a favor. Try to figure out what's the next closest rally to you and go. It's great. I mean, no, you're not bored from the time you walk in to the time you leave, because they got music playing. The audience is in their jam and they're doing the wave. You got folks dressed up in costumes. Then Trump comes out and speaks for probably like 2 hours straight. And you're not even going, oh my God, when is he, how many times? Oh, I can barely keep it together. Can you imagine Creepy speaking for 2 hours? That man could probably barely speak for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and then he's tapping out. That's it. Now I need to go sleep, take a nap. I done spent everything I have on that 2 minutes. So let's see. Look at that. In Pennsylvania?
They never found the body because there used to be a lot of cannabis in that part of New Guinea. I was in one of those 8x10 bathrooms, you know they have. I got a towel on me and shaving cream.
Nobody showed up to his prom, his graduation party. What's going on there, Joe? Nobody showed up. Let's go back to Trump's party. I'm going back over there.
We will make America powerful again. And we will make America great again.
So wait, he's not saying Biden. President Biden. He's not saying that? He's talking about what he's going to do for America. That's what he's doing, unlike Creepy.
I made it clear to the Israelis, don't move on Haifa.
Yeah, Haifa.
It's just not, I mean, anyway.
Anyway, see, there it is. That's the parachute. That's the parachute word. Anyway, because remember, anyway is really him saying Democrats do things anyway. There you go. In multiple levels, on multiple levels. See, they will break rules anyway. They like, we know we're not supposed to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. And then they handle their business any old which way. So you just going to do that anyway? No set way? Nothing? Nope. We do things anyway. So here he is getting out there giving a raggedy speech in confusing Haifa, talking about, we told him don't go into Haifa, your own area. And then going to go ahead and say, oh, I think I made a boo-boo, so I'm going to go ahead and pull my, anyway, parachute.
Anyway,
I will prevent World War III.
That sounds like a party I want to be. I want to be at the Prevent World War III party. I don't know about you. That's the type of party I want to be at. You ever club top when you was young? Man, if they like, oh, dude, first we're going to start off at the Joe Biden party, see what's going on over there. Soon as I pull up in the parking lot and see about 7 cars, I'm going, all right, keep it moving, keep it moving. We don't even need to go look in the door. And you know it's empty when the bouncer won't let you look in. Oh, nah, man, we can't let you look in, bro. You got to pay. I'm not paying to get in that mess, only to find out it's about 8 people in there. You better open that door. I want to see what's going on in there first before I invest. But you pull up at a Trump party, cars, you like, dude, it must be popping in there. We got to walk like 1.5 miles just to get to the door. They ain't going to, and look at this guy.
Freedom over democracy. That's America.
People of Pennsylvania are going to tell Crooked Joe, you're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Look at that sister in the back. Yeah, man. Boy, I tell you. Woo. So there you have it. That's the best the Democrats can produce. They got the creep out there on the campaign trail, lying, making up stories, lying on his own family and then lying on Trump. It's unreal. But hey, that's the best they can do. So it is what it is. And I'm wondering how they're going to go ahead and wrap this all up with Creepy Sleepy in regards to their little, I guess they're having their, the convention? Yeah. I wonder, like I was listening to a couple commentators today, and they were talking about how they think it might be a little too late for them to just swap him out and replace him. But hey, they might not have a choice. I'm thinking, man, is this guy going to even make it? Is he going to even make it out there dropping lies out there talking about his family's been eaten by cannibals and all kind of stupid stuff like that? So now let's move on to another liar. A liar that is not lying because his brain is broken. We're talking about Mucus, y'all. Now, y'all know I got a problem with Mucus, a big problem with Mucus. Mucus is tied in my head when it comes down to people I despise. Him, Joe Biden, let me think. Nasty Pelosi, yeah, I despise her. Chuck Schumer, I despise him. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. But Mucus is up there. I think Mucus might be tied with Joe. And in fact, he might be even just a little bit because of him being totally aware of the damage that is being done in regards to his open border policies. And Joe probably is oblivious to what is going on. When he's conscious, he probably like, yeah, okay, it's a good thing, but I'm not even going to be around to see the results of the damage that his administration is doing. You know, they're telling him, shut up, Joe, go sit down, eat your chocolate chip, and we'll finish destroying the border. So Mucus knows exactly what he has done and is doing. And then you got crying Chuck Schumer had the nerve to dismiss the impeachment trial. So right after, the Republicans brought Mucus back in the Senate to beat his tail. So if we can't impeach him, we might as well beat him. Okay? Can't impeach him, beat him. So they brought him back in the ring, y'all. And thus we have Wednesday night fights, y'all. Oh, somebody said all of them. Yeah, you're right. You could put all of those Democrat politicians in one basket and I would vomit all over the basket with them in it. So now, with that being said, y'all, Mucus is back in the ring. Let's see if he can train it. Yeah. Come on, Mucus. Mucus.
Come out to play.
Mucus.
Come out to play.
Yeah, come on, Mucus. Come out to play. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my mic on. Hold on. Wait, come on. Don't you do this. Okay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wednesday Night Fights with Mucus versus Ron Johnson. Both of you come to the middle of the ring, please. Okay. Me, Kevin from Kevin's Corner, I'm going to be reffing this fight. And you know my rules. There are none. Fight to the death. Ring the bell. Ding!
This chart not only shows just the undeniable reality of the catastrophe of your open border policy, but it also shows cause and effect.
Well, look at this, Frank. So it looks like Ron Johnson is prepared for this fight. He came out with a lot of information and a lot of offense that Mucus is going to have to try to dodge it. Let's see how he handles it, because this is going to be pretty tough. Him looking at the obvious on this chart. How do you think he's going to overcome this one?
Dating back to 2012, the unlawful deferred action on childhood arrivals, that's what sparked all the subsequent crises. But I want to focus in the crisis that President Trump faced because of DACA, because of the reinterpretation of the Flores settlement.
Wow, I really like this style right here, this strategy, the compare and contrast style. Boy, I tell you, this one's hard to defend. I've seen this before in other fights. Let's see if Mucus could get through this offensive flurry that is being thrown at him with the compare and contrast style.
He was rapidly, the number of apprehensions or number of encounters at the border was rapidly increasing to peak in May of 2019 at about 4,800 per day. By the way, back in 2014, Obama hit his humanitarian crisis when you were part of when he was Assistant Secretary, 2,200 a day. And President Obama called that a humanitarian crisis.
Oh, now that hurt. That's a blow. So even Obama, their savior, called that a crisis? So what would you call this? Catastrophic. This right here is like a nuclear bomb compared to that. So back then, if 90,000 was a crisis, wow, look what we're at now.
President Trump took action. He used the existing authority, although weakened by the Flores settlement reinterpretation. He used that authority and he secured the border. By April of 2020, we were down to a little over 500 individuals encountered at the border per day.
500 individuals encountered at the border a day. That seemed like a walk in the park compared to now. I wonder what Mucus got to say to that. I wonder how you can overcome that statistic right there. What can you say? What changed, Mucus? What changed? You? But yet, these folks are out there boasting about, well, we got rid of all of the Trump policies, so many of them that I can't even count. So let's go ahead and hear Mucus, because right now he's in that corner, taking it. He's balled up in a fetal position, but I'm sure he's going to go ahead and try to muster up, some type of offense. But he only got the lazy left, see? He only got the lazy left. And you can see that coming a mile away. So let's go ahead and see him prepare for the lazy left.
500. From almost 5,000. When you entered office, you reversed all those successful policies.
Why would you do that?
And you opened up the border and you've created this catastrophe. And it is a catastrophe. 6 million people, more than 6 million people. The 31 states have a population less than the number of people you've let in, flooding these sanctuary cities. So
What? Wait a minute. What did you just say? Because that blow right there had hurt.
More than 6 million people. The 31 states have a population.
31 states.
Population less than the number of people you've let in, flooding these sanctuary cities. So
Wow, with that statistic right there, I'm pretty sure I saw Mucus' nose spin around to the back of his head. He's breathing out the back of his neck right about now. That blow right there hurt. Let's see if Mucus can continue the fight with his nose on his back.
I've got a very simple question. Why did you do it?
Senator,
why did you reverse those policies?
Come on, Mucus. So Johnson stopped, like, come on, what you got? Come on, hit me right there on my chin. So go ahead, Mucus, take the shot.
Why did you open up the border? Why did you create this catastrophe?
Senator,
I'm
I respectfully disagree with the premise of your question.
He's going with the I disagree tactic. Senator, I respectfully disagree with the premise of your question because it damages me and exposes that I'm an evil, corrupt, stinking Democrat that destroyed the whole border on purpose. So all I'm going to do is disagree with the premise of the question because I can't answer it in good faith.
We did not open up the border.
What?
Senator, we enforce the law. We are facing...
So it looks like he's going with the lying style. Yeah, that's what that is right there. The Democrats have been known to use that technique often. Yeah, they're going with the, you know what? I'm going to just get out there and lie. Act like I'm doing something, run around the ring and throw a couple shadow punches. That's about it. Let's see if it works out for him.
Deny you reversed the Trump policies that had secured the border?
No, Senator.
You deny that?
No, Senator. That is not what I said.
He deserves to get knocked down.
We enforce the law.
You reversed the Trump policies that had secured the border.
Y'all see this fool and they didn't impeach him. That's not what I said. Even though everything you're saying is true, the statistics show that I'm the worst that ever did this job. And it also shows that I removed all of the policies that were working. But we do enforce the law that we got rid of. So you're talking about enforcing the law, but you just went ahead and perverted the law so that these people could come in and make it appear that they're coming in lawfully. Now, we already know that the Democrats are lawless for the simple fact they even refuse to call these people illegal. They done changed the whole definition just so it could appear that these people are not breaking the law. And really, those people aren't breaking the law. The Democrats are breaking the law. They're betraying our country with this open border crap. So now you let me know your intentions off grit when you decide to start calling them undocumented citizens or that there's migrants and I'm going, it sounds like you're trying to circumvent the law. It sounds like you're trying to soften the definition of these criminal acts that are taking place as these folks come across our border. You're trying to create a different perception and image in the population's head in regards to you guys breaking this border wide open. So y'all are the real lawbreakers. These people are only doing what y'all let them do. So now Mike Johnson got to knock Mucus out.
Senator, if we can look at your chart, I cannot see the bar graphs. Forgive me.
Because my eyes are swollen because you just punched me in both of them. So can you please bring out that chart a little closer to Mucus's fat nose because I can't see.
The chair is blocking them, but
your fist is blocking me.
The former president's Remain in Mexico policy was implemented in January of 2019, and 2019 saw an almost 100% increase in the number of encounters over 2018.
And then it went down to 500, and then with COVID, he started expelling people under Title 42, which, by the way, you canceled and you didn't have to do that.
Oh. See, that's what you get when you're a liar. The numbers with the COVID-19, and then it went up and you canceled Title 41, I think, and you deserve that punch right there, Mucus. You canceled that. You didn't have to, and yet these fools try to come out there and say, "Well, we just honored what the judges concluded," even though we're the ones that went to the courts to abolish it. But now you want to act like we have a choice. I mean, the courts ruled on it and all the other stuff that the courts rule on. You know, now all of a sudden it's a kangaroo court. The court right here has been politicized and we're going to fight this to the end because they're not liberal enough and they're not letting us implement our tyranny. So we're going to fight this. But now all of a sudden the courts say, get rid of Title 41. And what do y'all do? That we honor the courts and we would have stopped it. We would have made... Just like y'all went to the court to try to get rid of all of the barriers that Texas was laying down to keep them from coming. That is the behavior of someone or a group of people who want to enable this. Those aren't behaviors that would make me think, oh, you guys are trying to stop this. As you start your whole fight off with the law. We are enforcing the law, and I disagree with the premise of the question. Unbelievable. So, yeah, you got your head spun around with that punch.
Let me ask you another question.
Title
Senator
42,
Paul was talking
thank
about
you.
Lake and Riley. I mean, I on the floor of the Senate, read a list of.
That is his Achilles heel. Boy, I know when Lake and Riley got killed, he probably was like, crap. The Republicans are going to have their way with me on this one. And boy, are they. Yeah, I bet you he was hoping, boy, this couldn't have happened after the election. But it's bound to happen when you have 12 million maybe illegal immigrants in here, and you think that something like this is going to happen. You think you were able to keep this under wraps until after the election, perhaps nobody would notice? You were hoping that all 12 million of them were coming over here for a better life and was going to be just little precious angels? So, of course, and I'm surprised it ain't even more of these cases that hit national level, because there are more cases. But Lake and Riley's case, just for some reason, skyrocketed, and now Mucus got to try to respond to this, y'all. And I don't think this is going to be pretty.
A dozen people in the last 4 months publicized murders, rapes, a 2-year-old caught in the crossfire, crimes committed by people in this country illegally that had not been for your reversing of the Trump policies, for your open border policy. Those crimes would have been committed. I've got another simple question. Do you ever, when you go to bed at night, do you have any regrets? Do you have any remorse for your complicity?
Senator.
No, because I don't have a conscience and I'm filled with nothing but evil. So it is impossible for me as a Democrat to feel any type of remorse. We are filled with nothing but sociopaths. See, so that guy just got asked that question, and this is a wonderful technique by Senator Johnson right here. He hit him with the conscience blow. Let's see if he actually has one. Let's see how he responds to it.
In these crimes, I mean, your open border policy has aided and abetted the murder of Americans, the rape of Americans.
Yeah.
There are people have lost their loved ones because of this catastrophe, this open border policy. Do you have any remorse?
Come on,
do you have
Mucus.
any regrets?
Senator, 2 points. One, very importantly, all of our hearts break for the victims of these heinous crimes.
So he's going to go with the general, the general reply statement, the automatic response. All of our hearts break for the women and the men of these crimes and stuff like that. Well, what's the source? What's the source of the crimes? How did those crimes even take place? Who was responsible for them? Let's go ahead and trace it backwards to see how all of those crimes that you're talking about you feel horrible for and your heart breaks. Let's trace it all the way back to Guatemala or wherever else these people came from, and then go even further than that. Who encouraged them to come from Guatemala or wherever they came from all the way to the United States? See, you go all the way to Guatemala and then come all the way back to the Democrat Party and you'll find the source of it. But yet they had the nerve when Biden and first got in office to talk about we're trying to find a source of all the migration. We're going to go down to these South American countries and meet with these. You already know these leaders know what's going on. The problem ain't down there. I'll never forget Joe Biden had the nerve to come out talking about something. Yeah, you know what? I did things like, finance them setting up street lamps and stuff that will help keep their people in their states and their cities and in their countries and stuff like that. And I'm going, so you're going all the way down there to pretend you're solving a problem that you already know you're the source behind. You're the problem. Yeah, your administration, the Democrat Party, that's the problem. So don't be going all the way down to South America trying to pretend you're looking for the problem. Yeah, you took the problem with you. Yeah, you was down there like, where's the problem? Chasing your tail. That's what you should be doing. Yeah, am I the problem? So let's see. He starts off with that raggedy response. My heart breaks for the men and the women that suffer. And then he got the nerve to say something stupid.
And their loved ones. Secondly, the criminals who committed those crimes are responsible for their criminal conduct.
They wouldn't have been into this country had you not allowed them in.
Oh! Take that, Mucus! Go to sleep. Think about that. Okay. Spin that noggin all the way around. They wouldn't have been in the country if you wouldn't have let them in. So don't be coming out here talking about stuff. The only people responsible for that are the criminals. You're the criminal. That's who's responsible for it. You're the criminal, Mucus. So now here he is. They want to become all of a sudden individualized when it comes down to blaming these illegal immigrants. Now you want to focus on the actual criminal. Look, nobody forced this guy to do what he did. He's the criminal. He should be blamed. But yet, they will sit back and collectively try to blame everybody when an American, whether they be conservative, which I don't really even know of any conservatives that did a mass, you know what, or liberal, or just simply crazy. You get crazy people that will come out and do something like that. And instead of blaming crazy, they blame it on guns. They blame it on everybody who owns an AR-15. All of a sudden, it's no longer, let's individually blame these people. How about racism? Yeah, let anything happen in the country and all white people are responsible for it. Not the person who did it. It's Trump and his rhetoric. It's all these white nationalists, all these conservatives. So now all of a sudden, though, you want to go ahead and segment it and focus on these people. And that's why you got your head spun around. And I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow that right there. No, get that smelling salt out of here. I want Mucus to stay asleep in the middle of the ring after that blow. These people would be alive if Mucus's policies wouldn't have allowed illegal immigrants to come in. So don't be blaming the folks who committed these crimes. Point the thumb and not the finger, Mucus, and that's the lesson. Now, guys, Mucus somehow recovered from that. And he's coming back to take on the champ. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here most likely is going to be a bloodbath. Ladies and gentlemen, somehow Mucus survived that last round, and he's back again to go head-to-head with his nemesis, Josh Hawley. Come to the middle of the ring, guys. This is the last fight of the night. Y'all already know how I roll when it comes down to me refereeing these bouts. There is no rules. There you go. I want them to fight to the end. I want somebody sleep. I want canaries swirling around Mucus's head. Ding.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, let's just come back to Jose Ibarra, if we can. You know who that is. You know what he did.
I know what he's accused of doing.
Which is?
Murdering a young woman.
Who? Who murdering who? So Mucus is going to come out. He knows he's in trouble. See, Johnson came out kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? He felt him out. No, not Josh Hawley. Soon as the bell rang, he's like, let me at him. He came out like Clubber Lang. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. That's what I like to see. Man, sprinted straight across to the other corner and start firing on Mucus. So Mucus is response. What's his name? I'm familiar with him. And he was the person that killed who? Mucus. I want to know who he killed. Shouldn't you know that name? But of course, since that name can't be politicized and that name is on your watch and you're responsible for it, you just go ahead and downsize and downgrade her to just a person.
Murdering a young woman.
A young woman. There you go. Murdering a young woman. Yeah. Your hands is just as bloody as his.
That wasn't the first crime that he committed in this country, was it?
Senator, as I've articulated previously, I'm not going to speak about the facts of the case because there is an ongoing criminal.
So he's going to play the ignorant. He got the ignorant technique. Yeah, he's in the back shadow boxing. Like, I think I'm going to have to go out there and play the dumb technique on Josh Hawley because he's been known to beat me half to death. So now he's going to come out and play the ignorant. I can't comment on it because it's an ongoing investigation and this and that. Now, we've seen this technique be used constantly up there on Capitol Hill by the intel community, the FBI, all of these folks that got their hands in corruption and they don't want to be held accountable. So what do? It's an ongoing investigation. We can't comment on it, sources and methods. And ask me no questions. I tell you no lies. Your nose is big enough for a man twice your size. And what doesn't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. And you know what? Just got here. Can't tell, been here, nothing. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. We are welcome to work with you, Congress, in a closed setting. All of that stupid stuff that they know that they can bubble wrap themselves with, so they don't have to be held accountable for what you have done. But Josh Hawley ain't gonna let him go ahead and win with that style. They ain't gonna let him win with that style. So let's go ahead and see what happens.
Investigation.
Have you read his parole file?
Senator, same answer.
Same answer? I mean, you mean to tell me you can't say whether you read the parole file? Now, you know where Hawley's going. Hawley's a tacticianist. That man is setting him up for the worst knockout ever. So you know where he's going, and Mucus is trying to avoid it. I don't want to confess that I read that parole file because I'm responsible for that parole file. So he's sitting there going, that same answer, ongoing investigation, that's my defense. So he's going with the ongoing investigation defense.
So you're not going to say whether or not you've read the parole file? I've got it right here. Have you read this?
Oh, and look at that. Josh Hawley brings the heat. Hey, he's sticking it right in Mucus's nose. Hey, he got that left jab right there on the edge of Mucus's nose. So how about you look at it, Mucus? You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. Let's see.
Senator, I do not want to speak to the
I do not want to
particulars
see
of
that.
the case, given the pending criminal
See,
prosecution.
I find this interesting because this is a new answer today. You changed your answers all over the map on this, and it looks like to me you just don't want to answer the question.
A little bit. He's out.
2 days ago.
Boy, he started off with a blow. Oh my goodness. Josh Hawley's not messing around. Wow, look at that. So you think he's going to make it up, Frank? I don't know. Let's see if he beats the count. Because Josh Hawley came out with a devastating right cross.
2 days ago, you were asked about this in the House Homeland Security Committee. I've got the transcript right here in front of me. You were asked the same question. Jose Ibarra, why was he paroled? You said, I don't know.
Oh!
You said, I don't know.
Take that! Take that! He got Rick James slapped. There it is. Hey, Charlie Murphy, darkness covered the land. Hey, Charlie Murphy, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Smack! Boy! So that's what you said, Mucus? So Josh Hawley is going with the I'm going to put your own evidence in your face technique? So here we go.
I don't have the case details with me today. Congressman Bishop says, you don't know? And you said, I don't know. I don't have the details with respect to that individual's case, but I would be pleased to provide them to you, Congressman. You didn't know 2 days ago. Now, interestingly, on April the 10th, 6 days before that, you gave Senator Katie Britt a different answer. She asked you the same question. She said, why was Jose Ibarra paroled into the United States? You said, and I quote, Ranking Member Britt, there was no derogatory information of which we were aware.
Oh!
So you were happy?
Man! Somebody throw the towel! Just not mine, though. Just not mine. See, not mine. See, I ain't throwing nothing. I'm going to let Mucus stay right in there and get his butt beat. So now Mucus got evidence all over there. Before that parole document came out, yeah, he had the loose lips then. He wasn't sitting back using the excuse of it's an ongoing investigation and I'm not going to comment about it. Now all of a sudden, the evidence is right there and his fingerprints is all over it. How are you going to defend this, Mucus? You're not.
Happy to comment on the case then on April the 10th. By April the 16th, you had developed amnesia, and today you say you just won't comment. So which is it, Mr. Secretary? Now that we have the file, I'll tell you what the difference is.
Man, Hawley's feeling good, y'all. You can see it on his face. He's like, I know I'm about to beat the mess out of this dude. That's a confident fighter right there. He got to smile. You know you getting your butt beat when your opponent in there smiling and everything. Like, yeah, y'all see me? Y'all see me? Hawley is enjoying this beating because he knows he got all the goods on Muke. Let's go ahead and see Mucus get his butt knocked out.
Congressman Bishop didn't have the parole file, and Senator Britt didn't have the parole file.
Oh.
And now we do have the parole file.
Oh.
And now we all know that the reason he was paroled into this country was because lack of detention capacity, which, as you and I both know, is not a valid reason under the statute. And now
down goes Mucus. Down goes Mucus again. So now, what kind of excuse can Mucus come up with to explain that we follow the law? What? You didn't follow the law then? Yeah, that's not an excuse to parole somebody into the country. And not to mention all of these facilities that we're wasting money on. And I'm saying they're not even filled to capacity. Are you guys putting any people in these things right here? When they come, are you holding any of them? Or are you releasing like 85% plus straight into our interior? Because y'all don't care about the American people. See, that's what you're doing, Mucus. Get them in. We don't want to send any of them back. So I'm still wondering, what could one do to get sent back to their own country? I mean, let's see what this guy did. And then we might have a little better understanding what one could do to be sent back to their country. Because obviously, this guy, what he did was nothing. They winked at it.
we know that for sure. This is right out of the parole file. Here it is. Subject was paroled due to detention capacity at the Central Processing Center in El Paso, Texas. Now suddenly, you don't want to talk about it. This is extraordinary. It's also a pattern with you.
Real deal. Unleashed it right here. Look at that.
Right on the button. This information is hitting Mucus right on the button. He can't block it. His chin is sitting out there just like all of these clips right here. Just like that. He's like, go ahead. I got my chin up. Smack me right in the face. So now, what can you say about this in writing? But he's going to try. He's going to try to come out and make an excuse for all of this in a second, y'all. Because Hawley right now is digging into him.
Let me just try one more time. Have you read the parole file?
Senator, I'm going to give the same answer, and let me say it.
Well, which one? Are you going to give me the answer you gave to Senator Britt? Are you going to give the answer you gave to Congressman Bishop? Or the answer you gave to Senator Paul? Or do you want to try a fourth one?
Senator,
throw the dang towel. Throw the towel. This beating is one of the beatings that's so... Wait, hold on, y'all. Normally, man, I could watch a beating. But this one's a tough one to watch, man. Boy, Mucus getting his head spun around. Yeah, like the Exorcist. So now, there you go. Mr. Hawley, I'm going to go with the same answer. So smack my face again and knock me out. Yeah, that guy right now is getting his face smacked with no blocking, no nothing. How can you block this? His only defense is that's an ongoing investigation. Because they got the goods on him. They got the goods. And yet, no impeachment? Yeah, Democrats. They are the evilest politicians on the globe. On the globe. So let's continue watching Hawley smack Mucus all around the ring.
I will not speak to the...
I will not speak on that because I can't.
Given the pending criminal prosecution.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Well, you certainly, of course you don't want to, because it is an absolutely damning indictment of your policies. Let's just review Jose Barrera.
Man, Josh Hawley is so far ahead of this dude. I mean, Mucus is getting into the ring already behind the 8 ball. I mean, he knows when he comes up there, it's going to be a bloodbath. He knows it. He knows what he's done. I'm sure, man, his wife be trying to comfort him every time he got to go up there. It's going to be okay, Mayorkas. I mean, I know last time they embarrassed you. They pulled your pants down in front of everyone and spanked your butt. And I wouldn't make love to you for about 1.5 years after watching you be emasculated up there on the Capitol. But we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. So go up there and take your beat. No, I don't want to go. Can I call off today and say that I'm suffering from the mucus running down my throat? No. No, Mucus. We need the money. Go up there and take your beating. Okay, you won't look at me less than a man, will you? Of course I will. Of course I will, Mucus. But don't worry, I'll somehow get by it. Okay, I'm going to take my beating. Because now he's up there getting his butt smacked around because what can you say to this? The only defense is, I can't comment.
and how he came to be here. On September the 8th, 2022, he was encountered by United States Border Patrol in El Paso, Texas, and was paroled into the United States due to lack of detention capacity. A provision, a proviso, a rule that is not permitted under the statute. You and I both know you know this. You knew it when you were talking to Congressman Bishop. You knew it when you were testifying to Senator Britt, and you know it today. You just...
Boy, I'm telling you, they need to have the camera on Mucus's face right about now. I want to see his face. So now, y'all hear all of this evidence? So now the guy shows up. Everything points to that man not being allowed into the interior. Now, I know I make light of it, and it's funny to see Mucus get exposed, but the truth of the matter is this man's policies have led to someone's loved one being killed. And he's sitting up there lying to everybody, talking about it ain't my fault, and everybody else is responsible for their own choices, not mine, except me. Yeah, I'm not responsible for my own choices. Now you got the goods on this dude to show exactly what he did step by step in his policies that he implemented that led back to her death. And this is what I mean by being able to trace the source right back to Mucus. And now he is in a corner.
Never wanted to cop to it because the statute doesn't permit it. And so you lied to Congressman Bishop and you lied to Senator Britt. And now you are hiding behind the ongoing prosecution excuse because it's the last one left to you.
Right there. That's what you just got. That's what you just got, Mucus.
Because you testified falsely under oath. Then on July 19th, 2023, Ibarra reports for a biometric appointment and was fingerprinted. This is now in New York. The results come back and indicate he has a criminal history. So
wow. So he should have been going right there. Right there. Remember, we have a very extensive vetting process, and if someone in the country pops up on our radar, we are definitely going to deport them. So now, in a sanctuary city, an S-hole ran sanctuary city, that guy popped up on the radar as having a criminal background. You think they turned him over to ICE? No, sanctuary cities don't do that. You think they called Mucus up and say, hey, Muki, we got us a dangerous one down here. What should we do? What should we do? Now, they didn't have to do that because they already know what the deal is. Don't worry about it, man. How bad is it? He ain't kill nobody yet? He ain't kill nobody yet? Well, until he kills somebody, don't worry about it, man. Let him go on now. Let him go. So let's see what they did.
So he's in this country. He has a criminal history. September 14th, he is arrested in New York by NYPD for what? Injuring a child.
Should have been gone again. That's 3 times. Should have never came across. Then when he came across, should have been put in a holding facility. They let him out, paroled him. Goes to New York. Criminal record pops up. That's the 3rd time he could have been stopped. Look at all the times this man could have been stopped from killing Lake and Riley. Then the 4th time, hurt and harming a kid. What did he do to the kid?
What happens? Reports for a biometric appointment and was fingerprinted. This is now in New York. The results come back and indicate he has a criminal history. So he's in this country. He has a criminal history. September 14th, he is arrested in New York by NYPD for what? Injuring a child.
Injuring a child. And Mucus, he don't care. Yeah, these are all acceptable risks. That man probably sleeps good at night on his evil palate. So that man should have been gone. How many times? How many times? So yeah, let's go ahead and somebody said, check this video out when you get time. Yes, please. If you got a video you want me to check out, put it in the description or in your notes. I mean, in the chat. I'll definitely look at it. All right. So now look at all of the times that this guy could have been stopped. All of those times.
What happens? The offense was never prosecuted, and the arrest was expunged. I'm reading right out of the parole file. Expunged. Nothing is done.
Expunged. How do you get your record expunged in a country that you aren't even legally supposed to be in? This is, oh my God. Mucus deserves every slap. I mean, in real life, like I know I'm showing clips of folks getting slapped out to sleep, just knocked out from being slapped and punched. He deserves all of that, man. He deserves the worst, man. He needs to be thrown in the slammer. under the slammer. Him, Joe, the whole Democrat Party. I mean, you mean to tell me they didn't impeach this bum? So now, that man got paroled or he got expunged. There are American citizens who still got records that has never been expunged, and they didn't even do some of the stuff that guy, hurting a child, all of that mess. And yet he's benefiting off of our legal system in New York, which is so twisted. Yeah. Now, if that was Trump who accidentally poked the baby with a stick pin while trying to pin his little diaper. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that man would be brought up on felony charges. He tried to kill a kid with a pin. So we're gonna go ahead and charge him for attempted murder. But yet this guy walks.
This guy, he had a criminal record to start with. He's in the country on illegal grounds. You have falsely and illegally allowed him in. He commits a crime against a child. He's not prosecuted. It's expunged.
There you go. Take that, Mucus. Take that. Take that. Mucus is probably sitting over there going, man, I can't stand Josh. He is slapping me all over the place with these facts. So how do you explain this, Mucus? How did that man negotiate his way through all of those obstacles that are designed to stop this man from his destination with Lake and Riley? How did he get to him? You were removing all of those obstacles, Mucus.
November, get this. In November, Ibarra files an application for employment authorization. And unbelievably, on December the 9th, 2023, it's approved.
Unbelievable. Give it to him. So Mucus is getting beat up in that ring. So let me get this straight. I'm a criminal, shouldn't be here. Broke all kind of laws, got a record, got charged for hurting a kid. You expunge it. And then, by the way, reward me with giving me a job, giving me a work permit. Man, the whole Democrat Party is dumpster juice. And I honestly do not understand how there is any humans left in these S-hole ran sanctuary cities. Only folks that can't move out of there or folks who's dumb enough to think this is a good, legitimate cause is staying there. Your mind got to be infested with progressivism, liberalism, and stupidity for you to think these are good ideas. Stand in states and cities that support this crap and giving jobs to folks like this guy. You would think he would be happy that he got off with the whole child injury charge. You would think he'd be happy. They give him a job. He's like, all right, now I'm going to start my better life in America. But what does he do?
Oh, this is your policies in action, Mr. Secretary. A criminal is permitted into this country on grounds flatly not permitted, flatly contradictory to the statute. He commits a crime against a child, and then he gets a work permit. He gets a work permit. You want to know why all of the jobs in the last 2 or 3 years have gone to illegal migrants? Working people in this country can't get a job. Their unemployment rate's high. Why? Because of things like this.
There you go. You see the body locked up? That's the telltale sign that I'm asleep. Yep, everything locks up. So now you see him drop all of that out there? How does Mucus feel after hearing that verbal lashing right there? Yeah, so this is how you reward Americans. Bring in illegal immigrants. Excuse all of their criminal activity, their past. Give them a job, okay? And yet Americans are hunting for jobs. And then y'all get out there and lie about the jobs report. We created a whole bunch of jobs, not for us, for illegal immigrants. And some of them gone on to commit crimes. And you're boasting about this mess and lying about the stats.
He did. Well, we all know that in February, he commits the heinous crime against Lake and Riley. Is this a record that you are proud of?
Yes, I am proud of this record because I am 100% pure evil. And I don't care about anybody's lives except for Mucus's life and the Democrat Party. Our agenda is bigger than you stinking Americans. That's what he probably should just say. That would be a better defense than to be sitting there looking dumb, talking about some I can't comment on an ongoing investigation. That is why you're getting smacked around.
Senator, you've misstated some facts.
I have read from the parole file.
Let's see, you ain't dealing with an amateur. You ain't dealing with an amateur. Dang on it, Mucus. You might have got a couple slick words in with Johnson the last fight, up here talking about that. I disagree with the characteristics of your statement. And not with Josh. Josh is like, I ain't going to even give you time to go ahead and throw that lazy left. I'm not going to give you time.
Which you have said you don't recall, don't have, you miscited. I'm reading from it. It is right here.
And so is that. Yeah, see, that's right there too.
And I've just, pursuant to the speech and debate clause, I have just read it into the record. And the reason is, you have lied repeatedly to Congress and to the American people about this. They deserve to know. The only way they're going to know is if I tell them. I just told them. It's in the record now. I've read it verbatim from the parole file. Verbatim. I just want to know, why did you change your story so often? Why didn't you just answer honestly to Congressman Bishop and Senator Britt?
Because then I would have to admit that I'm a corrupt, evil, stinking, installed Democrat who was installed to destroy the whole country, and he would have to admit that. See, Democrats can't tell you the truth. So instead, I was following the law, and only people that are guilty are the people who committed the crimes, and the courts made us do it, and there's climate change that caused these people to come, and they're coming for us. All of that garbage that they've been telling us, that's what he comes out and tells us, instead of just saying, we don't like y'all, we don't trust y'all to vote for us anymore. We want to help our buddies out with cheap labor. Dang on it. And you stinking Americans are too smart. And you're standing in our way, and you're able to peep us out in regards to our globalist agenda and our Marxist tactics. So we got to replace you. I'd rather you keep it real with me and say, wow, dang, at least I know where I stand with you guys. But instead, our main priority is the safety of American citizens. All of those lies. And that's why Josh Hawley got to slap you to sleep.
Senator, I am confident that justice will be vindicated in the criminal prosecution of the case.
Well, hopefully he'll get more of a trial than you got. Otherwise, there'll be no justice for anyone at all. Let me ask you.
Boy, Josh Hawley is bringing them from way down yonder. Yes, and I'm loving it. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow it. That's right. Yeah, I'm not even going to count Mucus out. I want him to get back up. Yeah, I'm sitting there going, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8.5, 8 3/4, 8 and 9, 9 and 1/4, 9, 9 again. Wait, what number did I was? Okay, wait, 5, 6, 7. Is he up yet? Is he up? Come on, hurry up, get him up, get him up. We want to see more of this beating. Don't count him out. Wake him up for another slap.
Something else. Travis Wolf. Do you know that name?
Uh-oh.
Not off the top of my head.
I bet you don't, because you don't commit the names of folks that are a result of your raggedy policies to your memory. You don't want that type of stuff being shoved in your nose like a puppy who pooped on the floor. You need your nose shoved all in that mess. Breathe their own stinking mucus.
Wolf is a 12-year-old boy from Missouri. This is him. Travis was killed on December 20th, 2023, or I should say he was in a tragic attack on that night. He died some weeks later, head-on collision. The person driving the vehicle, who's now been charged with 6 criminal counts, is Indrina Bracco. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
I do not, because I don't pay attention when it comes down to my own dirty work that costs American lives. Yeah, that man does not care about any of this stuff. And he's supposed to be the director of Homeland Security. Yeah, and you think he invests time to find out, well, what is my policies doing? How many Americans are impacted and affected? How much crime is going on? You know what? That man don't care about that. Yeah, that's not in their agenda. They're not trying to keep Americans safe with this open border policy. They don't even want to keep those stats. Yeah, they don't want to hear about stories like that. That only undermines their goals and objectives. It only highlights to regular Americans what these folks are up to. So bury as much of this stuff as you can. Don't be repeating these folks' names. Don't be out there talking about the crime statistics in these SO-ran cities by Democrats. Don't be out there doing that. Don't be recording these crimes. Don't be listing these folks as illegal immigrants commit crimes. Just say they're Chicago man, the New York man, all of that. Don't be locking these folks up. Let these folks go. We can't have an ongoing record so everybody can see the damage that I've done. I want to make this mess look like, you know what, anybody accusing these precious illegal immigrants of crime and murder and all of this stuff, and you're doing it because you're racist. That's what we want to do so we can continue destroying the country.
Let me communicate that I know that all of our hearts break for the family of this young boy.
See, there it is. There it is again. The fake sentiments. He didn't mention the boy's name, did he? That's why I reiterate that I'm trying to make myself not look like a complete monster. So I want to recognize this and pretend that I really care about these people. You don't care nothing about these people. If it was your son, you'd be having an egg. Stinking nasty. That's why I put the hardest smacks and knockouts I could in this clip. Because that's how I feel about Mucus every time I think about him.
Who died in that accident?
Well, she's an illegal migrant here from Venezuela. Local law enforcement tell me that she was detained briefly at the border in 2023 and then released. And then she commits this crime. Multiple people have been stabbed in O'Fallon, Missouri by illegal migrants. Mr. Secretary, I know that you think your policies are a success. You sat right there in that chair and you've told me over and over, our policies are working. You're on the record years and years saying that. Maybe they're working for you. Maybe they're working for your political objectives, whatever they may be.
There it is. Thank you, Josh. That was a nice little extra something he put on that one to let everybody know that, yeah, in your eyes, the policies are working because we know what the goal and objective was for the Democrats. Yeah, go ahead and get these folks in here. I'll use black folks as an excuse so they don't have to have IDs to vote. Get them registered. Hopefully make them become citizens so we can have a bigger voter base. And, of course, include them in the census. Yeah, we already know. So, yeah, in his eyes, he's like, absolutely, my policy's been working. That's why they won't impeach me. Because they can't impeach me for doing what they told me to do. That's why.
I don't know, but they're not working for Laken Riley or Travis Wolfe or the people of my state. They are, in fact, a travesty. What you have done is a travesty. And, sir, it is long past time for you to go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Get this fool out of here.
He's got slapped to sleep.
He's not getting up.
It's over.
It's over. It is over. You can only wake Mucus up and let him get slapped back to sleep so many times. Josh Hawley slapped him all over that ring, and Mucus got to go home and eat it. Now, how are you going to walk into your house and face your wife after that embarrassment, Mucus? Hope she leaves you. Oh, God, I can't even look at you. Ugh. Don't touch me. Spreading all that mucus on me. That man is disgusting. I don't even know how. Honestly, you got to not have a conscience to be able to do what these Democrats are doing in regards to our border. And some rhinos. They are just as bad, especially with them sending money overseas to Ukraine, knowing these Ukrainians are being slaughtered for nothing. For nothing. There's always a motive. And yet it's at the expense of other people's lives. So you have to be a sociopath. See, I can excuse a lot of crimes. You know, I'm going, it wasn't malicious. You know what? You cheated on your taxes. That was self-serving. Hey, you didn't pay taxes. You probably shouldn't have anyway at this point, considering how they're running our country. Okay, you know what? You got into a fight at a bar because somebody was talking trash to you or whatever. But to maliciously do something that you know can result in multiple people being hurt, murdered, taken advantage of like that. I mean, how can you sleep at night? You just got to go ahead and continually tell yourself this is justified and it's a means to an end. So I'm going to put on blinders and pretend I'm not seeing all of the carnage that is coming from me and my selfish motive. I got to pretend. I got to be able to disassociate myself from the fallout. And Josh Hawley brought it straight back to his front door and said, look at it. Look at this. But I wonder if it sunk in. Absolutely not. And if this guy, after Joe gets out, walks off into the sunset and lives a happy life, I'm going to be upset. I want to see the hound dogs go after these evil, corrupt people who did this to our country. Don't let them escape. I want them running through the water trying to escape the scent of the bloodhounds. Brr, brr. Chase them all the way to the end of the earth to bring justice upon these people. That's what I want to see. So Trump is on his way. No mercy. Like I said last night, fire everything when you get in. Bring his butt back up there and say, oh, we couldn't impeach you back then, but we got some real for your butt in these hands, Leroy, like the last dragon. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you, Don. She said, that's my other channel. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, if you have not checked out Kevin's Corner and my other channel, please do. So that we can crack 1,000 and I can start doing some live shows over there. Somebody said, Show Enough. I love Show Enough, man. He was great, wasn't he? Yeah, he said, come on, Leroy. I got some real for your butt in these hands. He said, catching bullets with his teeth? See, it's mumbo jumbo mess like that to give Kung Fu a bad name. Love Show Enough. Bruce Leroy. So please check out all of the other links that I have. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, set your notifications to all. And don't forget, when you see a commercial, if you ain't too busy, let the commercial play, because that's how I get paid. Yeah, let the commercial play. Matter of fact, if you ain't doing nothing one day, put together your Kevin's Corner playlist and just hit play. Let all the videos just play. Give YouTube a black eye since they don't love Kev. They used to pretend to love Kev, but now it's obvious they don't love Kev. Somebody said Gizmo maybe. Well, guess what? Speak of the devil and he shall appear. So, as I was wrapping it up, as usual, he was in the other room and he was like, okay, all right, I know the wrap-up line. Let me come in for my cameo appearance. Such a clever dog, Gizmo. Such a clever dog. That's why your daddy loves you. What dog? Wait a minute. I'm being sorry. I got caught. Soft moment. Hold on. Yeah, you all right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You cool and all. I mean, ain't like I love you all like that. You know what I'm saying? Go on out of here now. Get on out of here. Daddy will make it up to you in a moment. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, Lord willing. And did I miss anything? Oh, if you want to donate to the channel, support the channel, the links I do have below this video. My PayPal, my Cash App. This number, text MAGA 2. And yeah, I'll lock you in. And I think that might be it for now. If I forgot something, you know, it is what it is. Let me get on out of here, y'all. Wait a minute. Where's my kings in the building? I know you see the apes. I know you see the weapon tear up the place. See y'all next time. Kev's Corner. Take care.